Alright, boys. So today it's Halloween day. Is it today? Nah, well, by the time this video goes out, that is. So for those who are celebrating that, Happy Halloween! I don't usually celebrate that kind of things unless someone invites me to a party, but that doesn't happen that often. Anyway, let's talk about a masterpiece that I just played, the remake of the first Dead Space. Which, by the way, it was an instant classic and at the time of its release. And the fucking remake is woohoo! Woohoo! It's for me a 10 out of 10 game. And let's see the differences. Mainly visuals, and then I'll talk about everything else. So here's a trailer of the original one.
How many times you watched that thing? Guess you really miss her.
Looks like us.
Don't worry, we're almost there. You'll be able to look her up once we're on board.
What the fuck? Alright, so we'll see. And then, what I have here.
Sí que la echas de menos.
Nadie rechazaría un trabajo en el Ishimura, pero 6 meses separados solo con videollamadas.
Boy, doesn't look gorgeous.
Qué
Alright,
fácil
so
es
let's
meter
put
la
it a
pata.
little bit further. Get there. It looks good.
Estamos solos.
¡Ahí!
Alright, so that's about it. This is one of the first, one of my first reviews, so I hope I get to improve over the next few months. I'm not going to be reviewing every single game that I play, but most of the games that I really like, and this is one of them. Again, this is one of them. It's a 10 out of 10 game that I really recommend to everyone that likes survival horrors, of course, and third-person shooters to play this game. So let me read my notes, and then we can go through the footage. Because also I think it's downloading. It's taking a while. Alright, let's go. Then I'll just delete the video later on. So let me just lower this. So the game that was once an instant classic is back to reclaim its status. What a gorgeous remix, ladies and gentlemen. It improves nearly everything. Like nearly everything from the original, except perhaps the behavior of the enemies, because as you guys can see here, like that enemy is stupid. He just let me in. And then what else do we have? To be honest, which in the end is a minor flaw for me, but it's something that happens to be there. This is a quintessential horror TPS third-person shooter of its generation. The kind of experience I have hoped Resident Evil 5 would deliver, but never quite managed in any of its iterations throughout the generation, which kind of baffles me up because Resident Evil 4 was one of the greatest games ever for me as well. But I don't know. Resident Evil 5 never lived up to my expectations, which were quite high, honestly, but still, I thought it was a game. Right, as for this game, the introduction, the development, and the ending are all will contain guided and future unique puzzles and tasks in each chapter. So the usual things, one chapter, you're anchoring cores here, like here for example, and all you're destroying meteors.
Migración de datos completada.
And while you're tasked with detoxify an entire plant, which is what I'm doing in this side of the video, and in other, you're creating chaos and destruction fueled by hallucinations. Yes, boys, Yes, boys. Oh, I forgot to say, this is not a spoiler-free review. I'm going to do this for every single game. I know a lot of people might not like that, but it's just the way that I prefer to do reviews and to read them. If it's a spoilery, for me it's fine. That gives me a sense of actually that the reviewer has played the game, and that's what I like to see. Because a lot of reviews that I've seen, I'm going to say, from at least from big journalists or big press, it's like, did they really play the game through the beginning until the end? Doesn't look like it. Sometimes it looks like they played maybe 5 to 10 hours and then call it a day. Boom, which is weird. Because you want to know how is the game from the beginning to the end. Rather, it's going to be amazing for the entire duration, or it's going to be just amazing at one part and then it falls apart. That kind of things. Anyway, the story and the lore have been expanded, especially with involvement of certain characters. I don't know if you guys remember this character here. Oh, did I pass it up? There we go. Cross. Elizabeth Cross. Do you guys remember this character? No? Well, of course not. Because she was only in the text, but here she's one of the most important characters that you're going to meet in this game. And I'm not going to spoil the ending, but she appears there as well. So you'll see. Setting aside my personal issues with certain characters, Hammond and Daniels still talk more than they should, given the context of the situation, the game. Also, Isaac talks, by the way. More specifically, the Isaac from Dead Space 2 is back, is here.
¿Eso es sangre?
Kaylee, escúchame. El Ishimura está invadido por unos monstruos. ¿No has oído nada?
¿Qué? No, las comunicaciones no funcionan. Isaac.
Tenemos que arreglar el Kellion ya. ¿Informe de daños?
Ah, sí, está ahí.
Con también. Al menos ella no se ha convertido en un monstruo.
Vamos a arreglar esto, Hammond. Por ellos.
Pues sí.
Yep, that was Isaac. That small line, that was Isaac. And of course, it was only a small line, but he talks a lot. Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but not as much as Daniels, let's say, but enough to not be a burden. Let's say it that way. Alright, other aspects of the game. Gameplay wise, it's always been rock solid, and now even more so with all its quality of life features, bringing it closer to its sequel, which I thought it was another masterpiece. Both the on-foot movement and reactions during zero gravity flight sequences, as well as the unique limb targeting system where you just basically bah, bah, bah. It's such a gratifying game to play. And I can overlook the visuals at the top and the tone. I cannot overlook the visuals, the tone, the sound design,
Casi no te oigo.
the atmosphere, the smart use of silence. Let's see if I can find a footage of where you are in the space, which is it's just amazing when you go to the space and there's nothing to be here. There we go. Like, this is one of the parts where you go to the space and there's nothing. It's like echoing from outside. In fact, you hear more me myself pressing the buttons than the actual game sound, I think, which is kind of amazing. Also, the sounds of every tiny movement and noise. I don't know if I can show that. But see, like, there's a subtle difference when the door is being opened and then there's like a radio sounding over there. It's just
No moleste a los demás pacientes.
See, like the amount of volume, let's call it that way, is just good. The sounds of every tiny movement and noise.
¿Qué es esto?
It's a game that captivates and terrifies
Estoy a
in
punto de
equal
encontrar
measure.
el factor que falta. Un uniólogo lo entendería.
Keeping you completely tense and attentive to every corner from the start. For a game that can last for about 15 hours on the first run, it's amazing how well it sustains that intensity, partly thanks to how it quickly sets the story in motion at the beginning. It doesn't give much away. You pick up documents in our deluxe, observe different holograms as you explore. Mysteries gradually unfold as the chapters progress, and the tone begins to shift as you near the end. Now, I don't have any negative points. Well, I did mention one. I said the behavior of the enemies was a bit weird, but that's it. I actually think it's a perfect game, at least for me. For myself, it was one of the best experiences I've played this year, probably of this generation. Now, it has to be said, it's a remake, so it's not a new game. It has been well enhanced, like really well enhanced, I have to say that. But it's still not a new game. And please guys, if you want more Dead Space, you want me to play more Dead Space, like Dead Space 4, let's call it that way, please play the game, or buy it, whenever it's on sale, whatever. It's really cheap there these days. You can even play it on Xbox Game Pass, on EA Play Pass, or however they call it that way. It's on the subscription model things. I'm not sure if it's on the PlayStation one, but whatever you do, and even if you buy it, I think it's only like £20, $20. It's like really cheap, dirty cheap these days. And for a game of this caliber, I'd say it's really well worth the price. It's unfortunate that Callisto Protocol, the other Dead Space game that I thought it was going to be another Dead Space, turned out to be a disappointment, at least personally. Visually it was very remarkable, but not as good as this one. The use of lightning, the use of shadowings, the sound design, this game is much better than whatever Callisto Protocol was. And it's not even a survival horror, that game, it's more of an action game. Which, yay! But yeah, that's it for me. I thought you guys enjoyed this review, and I hope to bring more in the future. I just need to find a good game, a really good game for that to happen. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Ciao. Well, that was a great game.